pleasure to introduce Tom Dugan, who brought me into this world, and I will be eternally grateful for that.
Hello everybody, I'm Tom. Thanks for coming. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to talk a little bit and do a scene, then talk a little bit more, answer a question, do a scene. It's kind of casual stuff. Then I started writing plays about 15 years ago. And one of the main questions I get from everyone is, how does a 52-year-old guy from New Jersey wind up playing Simon Wiesenthal, especially since he's an Irish Catholic? My father was a decorated World War II veteran. He received the Bronze Battle Star and the Purple Heart. He liberated a camp called Langenstein in Germany, and I was part of the Buchenwald system. I married Amy Opel 22 years ago, and now we have two beautiful Jewish boys, Eli and Miles. My current and future experience in the Jewish community, it was the perfect show for me to write. What I do to prepare for the character is I shave my head so that I'm bald on top. It takes me about 40 minutes to put on the old age makeup. I have a padded suit that goes on underneath my costume. It adds about 50 pounds to my frame. Adolf Hitler. It's the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or the Nazis. It's the German people shame and dropped it right in the lap of the most popular scapegoat in history, the Jews. You remember your hungry child? Hitler puts bread in her mouth. Hitler gives you a job building a superhighway. Now instead of shame, you feel pride. Now they cry from happiness. Polygamous aide. She came home crying. She was the only Jew in her school. What do you tell an 8-year-old? All of your relatives were murdered by the parents of your classmates? Hello? Stanley at the front desk? Simon Wiesenthal calling again. Since the war, Brunner has been working for the Syrian government as a torture specialist by the name of Georg Fischer. Perhaps on this, my last day of work, I can see to it that Alois Brunner soon hears the same knock on his door that my mother heard. This is my Yotza, the 6 million, my remembrance. An 11-year-old boy wrote, "Dear stranger, the Germans are coming for me next. I am the last one. But do not pity me, for now that you have read this letter, I am no longer dead. I live in your heart. Please promise that you will never forget me. I trust you." Odessa was a secret Nazi organization that helped former SS men escape to South America. The antagonist in the film was based on the Nazi fugitive Edward Rashomon, who I had been chasing for years. 3 years later, in a dingy flat in Paraguay, Edward Rashomon had a massive heart attack. I am happy to have disrupted his peaceful retirement.
I'm Jenny Sullivan. I'm the director of Wiesenthal. I have sort of an odd connection too, because my father was an actor and he was in the Cayman court-martial. And he played Greenwald in the Cayman court-martial. So he always got referred to as Barney Solomon, and his name was Barry Sullivan. The message of the play really is, we need to carry on the work, but you know, it's a universal story.
I started researching the play in 2007, and then I started workshopping with Jenny Sullivan, the director, in 2008. Unfortunately, it's absolutely a universal theme that keeps perpetuating itself. So Wiesenthal's message is forever current, and Holocaust amnesia is something that he fought against all his life. I've done this show in, I think, 20 different states and in Canada, so I got a nice cross-section of people who've come to see the show. We have hundreds of teenagers come in to see the show, and they respond to it better than anyone. They're my favorite audience members, and the talkback that I do thereafter really kind of seals the deal with them. Well, at the moment I'm writing a play about Jackie Kennedy. Although I'd look great in the dress, I don't think I'll play the role. Acorn Theater, we open on November 5th. So until February 1st, I think, is the initial commitment, but of course we hope we'll run longer than the Fantastics.